Hello and welcome back to part 9 of Brentford Moneyball playthrough with me, Lygo. And just to catch up on what we've had since the Fulham and West Brom games, we've had a victory against Reading and then a bit of a mixed bag after that. 0-0 draw against Wigan, destroyed Charlton 4-0, a home loss 1-0 to Derby, and then we beat Preston 1-0. So the Wigan and Derby games really cost us, because the table now looks like this. And Fulham, as you can see, are already promoted, 45 games, 94 points on the board. We can't catch them. We're still 4 points behind West Brom, who are on 91 points. We're on 87, 2 games to play. It is a big ask. But we've got our final 2 games against Stoke and Barnsley. And I wonder who West Brom are actually playing their final 2 games. Huddersfield and QPR, and whereabouts are they in the table? So QPR down in 9th, nothing really to play for them. We could sneak into the playoffs, but very, very unlikely. And then Huddersfield down in 19th, pretty much safe from relegation at this point. So looking unlikely, but you never know, stranger things have happened. And going into this game against Stoke, the team looks like this. Royer in goal, Henry, Pinnock, Janssen and Dalsgaard at the back. Baptiste anchoring the midfield, of Jensen and Yearwood ahead of him. Benrahma and Bremer and Watkins as the front three. And Yearwood's in the team. If we just look down at Norgard on the bench here and De Silva, they're really out of form at the moment. Norgard has been for a little while, not played too many games recently. And it looks like Stoke are playing a 4-4-1-1 defensively. Should give us a good chance to attack here. And I'm going to tell the boys that the pundits have been right to back them up. Really hope we have a good showing today. It is unlikely that we make it into the automatic promotion spots, but like I said, you never know, weirder things have happened. And as long as we can get as many points on the board as possible, we can say we've done everything that we can to give us the best chance of promotion and really put the pressure on West Brom. But McLean's in, gets a free run at goal. Royer can only palm it out to Vogt, who taps it in, and Stoke, 30 seconds on the clock, and it's another early goal we've conceded. One thing that I want to do over the off season is really look at our tactics, the data that the game's now producing, and see where we can tighten up, because we do give a lot of goals away, especially early on as well, which, should we get promoted to the Premier League, I can only imagine that's going to be more amplified by the quality opposition that we come up against. Henry's given the ball away, Stoke are looking to counter. They've got one through the middle, McLean coming out wide. But it's a tame effort and Roy makes a good save this time and holds on to it. Because for the most part, defensively we do struggle from time to time. Going forward, but not too bad. The front three can be a little bit inconsistent with their chances. Now they have got a good share of the goals between them, and Benrahma tries to get one from the bench there, but it goes just wide. And yeah, so I think review of the tactics, review of the personnel, see what we can alter to shift around and really improve this team going forward, without necessarily just spending big on top players. Stoke have the ball, and I'm guessing the 5-second rule is no longer in force. Butland had it a lot longer than 5 seconds there in his hands, but he's given it to Mbeumo. Yearwood seeks out Benrahma on this left, it falls to Watkins, and he levels it. 20 minutes on the clock, we're now 1-1, and Ollie Watkins has his 16th goal of the season. And if we just look at that again, Mbeumo passes it to Yearwood. Great ball over the top. Benrahma shot is blocked and it falls to Watkins, thankfully. And we have it back level, and I'm going to ask for some creativity from the team and just move them up to attacking, because we're having 60% of the possession. We're fairly comfortable that we're the team attacking here, despite the scores being level. then I'd like to take advantage of that as we go into half time. 3 minutes added time, and there we are. 1-1 half time. Not happy with that. I'm going to assertive with them. They look fired up. That's a good reaction from them as we go into this second half. And Buemo does seem to have picked up a bruised thigh. Should be able to get through the game. He's not having a great game, so 60 minutes in, I think we will look to change that now. And I think what we'll look to do is change the person up top, bring Watkins out wide left into this inside forward role, and we'll actually play Benrahma as an inverted winger on this left hand side, and then go with Force up top. And also Henry's not having a good game. We don't have Thompson on the bench, so we will look to De Silva, bring him on and play him in the left back role. And just asked again for some more creativity from the team. Not much happening in the second half. Just going to pause it, alter the tactics. Let's see what we can do. Definitely go a bit more direct. Ask for some creative freedom. And I think the final substitution, Yearwood is playing well, so I won't take him off. I think Jensen will be the person to make way. Actually, no, change that. Jensen will be the person to make way, but not for Norgard. We'll bring 2 on. Play him as a second strike or a shadow striker. And can Baptiste play as a roaming? He can play as a roaming playmaker. But really going all out attack now. Because if we don't get the points, we don't get the 3 points, that is pretty much the automatic promotion over for this year. And Shawcross hits the bar. So that could have been disastrous. 1 point gives an outside chance, depending on what West Brom are doing. 2 hits it down this right hand side for Force. Does he go alone? Can he get players in the box? Beats 1, and it's a tame effort straight at the keeper. Needs to be doing better. Yeah, I think again we've blown it against Stoke here. 1-1, not the worst result on the face of things, but given the circumstances, not happy with that. And we'll just have a look to see what West Brom have done. Before we go into the next game. So, CM Buemo's injured 5 to 6 days, nothing major. And West Brom, they did play. West Brom, where are they? They drew 1-1 with Huddersfield, but we're now 4 points behind. So yes, we have blown our chances of sneaking into that automatic playoff spot. Into the automatic promotion spots. Leeds didn't play, they played Derby in the evening kickoff, so they're the ones that still have a chance of making the automatic promotion. So we are consigned to the playoffs this year, which I will show you in Friday's episode. But before we get into those playoff games, we're back with a game against Barnsley for our final league game. And just before we get into that, I wanted to show you their expected lineup, which looks to be a midfield diamond, 4-4-2 diamond, which plays into our hands, as you can see, most vulnerable to face in 4-1-4-1 wide. And just to show the positional heat map from that last game of theirs against Notts Forest, that's definitely the case. They're playing the diamond and then an advanced back four with the fullbacks pushing on for the width, which hopefully means that we can get in behind their fullbacks and use our front three to really create some chances today. With the team to start against Barnsley today, with nothing left to play for, I have rotated a bit, also allowing for some injuries. We've got David Raya and both Gunnarsson as well out injured. Raya unfortunately sprained his knee ligaments in training, out for 4 to 6 weeks, so we'll miss the playoff games. So that means Balcom comes in goal, Thompson, Ratchich, Janssen and Roeslev make up the back four. Skip, Yearwood and Marcondes in midfield, and Watkins, Tu and Botheim up front, making the front three. So as expected, Barnsley are making their 4-4-2, a narrow midfield diamond. So just before we give the team talk, we'll just ask the team to play a bit wider, focusing the play down the right and left. Hopefully we can really take advantage of the wide areas that way. And I will actually make to an inverted winger as well, just to go inside with that. What options have we got for a team talk today? I think final game of the season, we are at home. Give the fans a performance to cheer for, see the season out. Yes, we have got the playoff games, but it's a final league game. So really give something for the fans to shout about. They've supported us all season, so I think it's only fair to reciprocate that with a performance on the field. And we've got our first corner with Thompson, whips it in, nobody near it. Janssen gives it back out to Thompson, crossed into the far post. Marcondes nods it down Watkins, and it's blocked, and we've got a second corner. Thompson again whips it in, falls to Marcondes, blocked again, out as far as Yearwood, decides to go all the way back to Skip. Finds Thompson down his left, gives it to Watkins, can't get past his man. And again Thompson crosses but can't find anyone, and Barnsley look to counter-attack, but we've managed to stifle that for now. They found a ball over the top, Janssen's caught out, and Balcom can't make the save, and again we're 1-0 down early on in the game, this time 15 minutes. But it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. I think we were caught out with a high press that time. Janssen switches off, tries to play the offside trap, leaves his runner go past him, and we're punished for that. Sloppy defensive stuff. And I'm going to ask for some passion. It's fired up the team. Half an hour on the clock now as we go towards half time. I want to get this goal before half time. And Roeslev takes a throw in. It's headed away by Barnsley, but it's fallen back to Roeslev. Can he get the crossing? He decides to play to two. Hits it, hits the near post, and it's in. It's snuck in. Christian 2 has his fourth goal of the season, and we're back on level terms. And we definitely like making it hard for ourselves. It's taken 40 minutes now, but we're now back on level terms. And even though it is a rotated side, nothing to play for, I still want to win the game. Keep our form going, keep our momentum going. And hopefully give these players that have come into the team a chance to show what they can do as well. We've got 60% of the possession, not really creating a massive amount of chances, but just push the team onto attacking. There's a long ball into Botheim. Can he finish? And that's a good save by the Barnsley goalkeeper, and we have another corner. Thompson whips it in. No Brentford players near it, and it's collected by Yearwood on the edge of the area. Back to Janssen, and that's it for that one. But again, it's Thompson. He seems to be involved in everything that we're doing today. Gives it to Skip, switches it to Roeslev. Two can't find his way past his man, but he's got a second bite of the cherry. Roeslev, great curling ball in. The Barnsley keeper can't get there, and Watkins is left with an empty net, and he snuck it in. Ollie Watkins gambled on that back post. The keeper's come rushing out. I have no idea what he's doing. Made a complete mess of it. But that's a fantastic inviting ball from Roeslev, which I suppose causes the keeper to do it. And Watkins manages to get there first and just rolls it into the empty net. And we're now 2-1 up. And we did start Marcondes, but he wasn't fit to start, so I will take him off now. And who do we bring on? I think Paris Magoma, again, another player that's not fully fit, but Young player, let's get him some game time. Pressure's off him today, just go play his normal game and see if he can make an impression. And as we look to go into the last 20 minutes, Barnsley come down the left, but it's cleared by 2. Only as far as the Barnsley player again. They look to be shaping up to cross it. Hopefully we can block the cross. Have done so far, but they've worked some space. We can't block the cross. And it's a strong header by Williams at the back post. Watkins can't get there, and Barnsley level it up. And just in time for our final 2 substitutions. I think the first one we're going to make is we'll bring Force on for Botheim. And Yearwood's not having a game in the middle of midfield, so we'll bring him off. And Jensen can come play as the attacking playmaker. This time we'll ask them to go on and make the difference now that it's level. And we'll also just ask for some creativity as well. 10 minutes left, 1 goal to find. Can we do it? And starting off with Roeslev, throwing to Force, back to Roeslev, another great cross into the box, nobody there. Watkins meets it, and he volleys it, but it's a fairly tame volley, and Barnsley keeper holds it well. It's a long goal kick. Jansen heads it down. It's now with Force. Looks to cross it. Watkins at the back post. Oh, and it's off the bar. I thought that was it. The keeper's tipped it onto the bar and managed to keep it out. As for a final bit of creativity, 3 minutes of added on time. And again, I think we've blown it against a lesser opposition. 2-2 against Barnsley at home. It's a game that we should be winning. We'll tell the team that. And before we end the episode and go into the playoffs, we'll just look at the final league table. Got Fulham as champions, West Brom go up in 2nd place. Leeds sneak above us with that final day victory, pushing us down into 4th place, which I believe means we face Nottingham Forest then in the first playoff. But then we've got Leeds and Bristol as the other half of that playoff, and the relegated teams of Charlton, Cardiff and Millwall. But if you've liked that, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like on the video, leave any comments down below, and come join us for the playoffs in the next episode. Thank you for watching.